president's top advisors have been called together.
Oh, jeez.
The sexual misconduct occurred inside the Oval Office. With the election only days away, how much will this scandal affect the outcome?
The president spent the weekend pressing the flash. He wasn't campaigning, he was dating, actually.
Now, Washington's top spin doctor
We can distract the press for 11 days till the election. I think we got a chance.
has an idea,
We can't avoid a war.
We're gonna have the appearance of a war.
but he can't pull it off without Hollywood's top producer.
Do I know you?
We have some mutual friends in Washington.
Why come to me?
We want you to produce.
You want me to produce your war?
Not a war, it's a pageant. We need a theme, a song, some visuals. We need, it's a pageant.
New Line Cinema presents
How close are you to this? What do you want the kid to say?
all the spectacle,
I know we're all concerned for the president.
I know we're all concerned for the president.
I know that we are all concerned for the president.
He didn't sell the line.
all the drama,
The president's gonna go to war with Albania in about 30 minutes.
Albania's hard to run.
These are chips.
We need it for the armed position on the string. It'll be a kitten. We'll punch it in later, right?
and all the effects of real war
Okay, put the village behind her.
Give me some sound of screaming.
without the casualties.
America has seldom witnessed a more poignant picture of
They used the same process with the last Schwarzenegger movie.
You're the man.
Albania,
That rhymes.
I can't believe it. We forgot.
Hero.
It was like we sent him the Christmas card and we left out the what do you call it? Fruitcake. There you go.
Sergeant Schumann, if I may, welcome to history.
How are you? Anybody want a beer?
I know we're all concerned.
Party. When it's cooking, it's cooking.
From Academy Award-winning director Barry Levinson
When this goes national, I get to put it on my resume.
Actually,
What could they do to me?
take him home to your house and kill you.
Academy Award winner Dustin Hoffman,
These are chips.
Politics at its finest.
Academy Award winner Robert De Niro,
How would you like an ambassadorship?
That's my payoff.
My name's Jimmy. That's right. Somehow. Whoa. You know what we got going on here? I just noticed it. I didn't notice. I heard it, but I didn't know where it was coming from. My name's Jimmy. That's right. Somehow you found it. And guess what? It's Wag the Dog Wednesday. That's right. So John Brisson is going to be joining me a little bit later. But before we get into it, I mean, it's a sunset, and I got to play some sunset music. So here we go. Let's start off with the band from Ireland, and one of my favorites. Thin Lizzy. Man, great band. Wow. So, hey, I'm dropping in because, we got it going on this week. Friday night, 11 o'clock Pacific time. We're going to be joining the Revolution over at Revolution Radio. And we're looking forward to everybody stopping by and saying hello. We're going to have a lot of on-the-air guests. Trying to get a hold of Charlie. See if he'll come on. I know Billy's going to be here. John's going to be here. Epic's going to be here. Charlie may be here. And we only got 2 hours. And we are going to be talking about some serious business coming on Friday. We got a great show planned for you guys. We are going to break out into the microcosm style on Friday night over on Revolution Radio at 11 p.m. Pacific. So we hope you come on down and join us. Grab yourself a seat, hang out, join the chat room. There's a lively chat. We're more than likely going to be going for about 30 minutes prior to that broadcast over here on YouTube's. And I'm in the chat right now. I can see you guys over there. I know. 2 or 3 more, exactly. 2 or 3 more days and the revolution begins. You know what, King? That is a really, really great tagline. Do you mind if I put that on a poster? I'm going to put that on a poster, King. And I'm going to put that up. And then it'll have everything on it. So I'll put it on my Facebook. And I'll send it to you in a private message so you have it. And then you could just dole it out, as it were. So I don't know when John's going to be coming on, but it's been interesting for the last couple of weeks, or especially, you know, I don't know. It's coming up on my birthday next week. You know, I'm going to be 59. And so it's hard to explain, but this past, you know, few months, I've been getting this awareness of, you know, my surroundings, and also awareness of myself, a self-awareness that I haven't really had before. You know, because there's so much talk about, you know, the AI and being able to download your consciousness to, you know, another system. Stand by. Anyhow, so yeah, so you get the picture on that. Oh, I think I'm not even sure if you heard that or not. If you did, I'm sorry about that. I might have grabbed the wrong button. But anyway, the point is that this new sort of self-awareness that I've had, based on this you know, research that we've been doing on the AI, and you know, there's a lot of talk about being able to download your consciousness into a, you know, another receptacle. And so and thinking about that, I've been having these flash memories of different stuff, you know, that's happened along the way in my lifetime. And what it got me thinking about is how, you know, our life goes by and we get busy, and we forget most of what goes on in our life. I mean, we remember like major, you know, it's like we keep these files that are ready to access at any moment of these certain things, these big moments. But all the smaller moments, for the most part, we don't really remember. And it's those smaller moments that really make a difference. And those smaller moments is the moment that defines who we are as a person. A lot of times, it's not the big gestures that we do, but it's the smaller moments. And so, you know, with all this talk of the AI and the being able to download your consciousness, it's almost similar to there being some sort of a judgment at the end of your life, where you know, everything that you've ever done in your life is put forward, and then somebody decides, well, if you're good enough or bad enough. You know, if you're good enough, you get to go to heaven. If you're bad, you go to hell. So, metaphorically speaking, though, and if we're saying that if we entertain the simulation theory, if we entertain any of that, then every single moment of our existence is recorded somehow. And if that's true, then every one of those little moments that we forgot about where we weren't our best, those are the ones that add up to you know, defining who we are as a person. Because it's not, like I said, it's not the sweeping gestures. It's not like the idea in our mind about the good thing that we did, or the donation that we made, or the, we helped an old lady across the street or whatever it is, good deeds that you do. But those are the ones that you remember, but you forget about all those little moments where you were not nice to somebody and all this. And I'm saying that those moments all add up, I mean, if every single bit of everything you're doing is being recorded on the internet, at all times, all your activity and all this, I mean, to think about that, your every action and your every emotion and your every lashing out and all this is just recorded and kept now on the internet throughout time. But even before the internet, whatever you did before the internet, you remember those things. And that's what I'm bringing up tonight, is that, I've been remembering some of these moments where I wasn't at my best, and I'm thinking to myself, how do you undo some of these moments where you're not at your best? How do you undo that? There's really no way to undo it. The only way that you can really make your amends, I think, at any level is to not do it anymore, whatever it is that you were doing, So, I know that I mean, just recently over the past, few weeks or whatever, I've become, aware of some of my character defects that I need to work on, and I need to make some changes in myself and in my life. So, moving forward, I'm looking forward to a positive, I got a positive outlook. I'm going to be making some changes, in some of the ways that I, maneuver my way through the world. And I'm going to try to be, a little bit healthier, eat a little bit better, those kind of things. I mean, the kind of things that people just do, and I'm not sure what that noise is, but I think there's some chopping going on in the kitchen that's loud. So if you hear some noise in the background, it's somebody chopping something with an axe in the kitchen. My name's Jimmy. It's in the microcosm, talking about some observations that I've made over the past couple weeks about myself, and maybe it might have some value to somebody else. I don't know, but the point is that I'm seeing things a whole lot differently now. I'm not only looking at myself differently, but I'm also looking at things around me a lot differently, or seeing them differently. I don't know if I'm looking at them differently, but I've been noticing people, and I've been noticing different people, going here and going there, doing their thing. And mostly what I'm noticing in those moments is that these people are in the middle of whatever it is they're doing, and they got this whole thing going on. They got a whole life or whatever. You just happen to see that person for 30 seconds walking by them on the street. But the reality about that person is they got a whole thing, they got a whole life going on, and you just barely, you just walk by them. You don't know anything about them. But one thing I definitely have been seeing, because I've been out in the public quite a bit, is I've been seeing a lot of old people. I see a lot of people that are by themselves or whatever, they're at the, doing their thing, and and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, so they just keep going and going no matter what. They wake up every day and they keep going even after and beyond the point where they have some sort of thing to do to keep them alive, and that's one of the interesting things about the Amish. It's not necessarily that they think technology is bad, like of the devil per se, but more or less that they keep their society intact by not using technology so that older people can stay active and involved in the community for a lot longer. So my dog is having a cough back there. Man, it's just unreal, the amount of stuff going on in the background here. My name's Jimmy. Let me go see what's going on with my dog. I'm gonna throw some more Thin Lizzy. Here comes one of my favorite songs, "Still in Love with You." Here we come. I'll be right back.
I think I'll fall to pieces something else to do. This sadness, it never ceases. Oh, I'm still in love with you. And my head, it keeps on reloading. It's got me in a crazy spin. Oh, darling, 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 darling. Is this the end? I'm still in love with you. You know, some people out there are saying time has its way of healing. It can dry all the tears from your eyes. Oh, but darling, they don't tell you about
Man, Phil Lynott, Gary Moore on guitar. Damn, that's a good song. So yeah, Kinger, there's been some chopping. Revealed to you in a dream. Yeah, what I'm talking about, the recording of everything. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty intense concept when you think about it. That just because you don't remember it doesn't mean it didn't happen. You know what I mean? So, you know, there may be some, there may be a point in time where people, you know, who knows, man? I mean, you know, who knows what really happens, Kinger? Point is that stuff does happen. You know, who knows if there's somebody at the end, but, you know, I mean, who knows if you're not, you know, maybe you're being in judgment of your own self, you know, I mean, in judgment of my own self, you know, I don't like what I see, you know. I mean, you know, I've made a lot of changes in my life and stuff, and, you know, and I've done it, and, you know, and all that, but, I mean, I'm just saying way back when, I mean, you know, if you look at the whole thing, you know, you're looking at it as a whole, even if you made changes, you know, you just look at it as a whole, you know, you know, that's what it is, man. Do the scales of justice, does the way out. You know what I mean? I know. They do, King. Yeah, so we got a big show planned for Saturday night, and hey, I did a little piece last night on it, but yeah, we're going to be doing something on transhumanism. We're going to be doing something on THX 1138, which is, you know, a George Lucas movie. You know, rarely do I talk about what we're going to do, because now that I talked about it, there'll be 6 shows between now and Friday, doing shows about THX 1138. It's true, man. I mean, but anyway, yeah, so Epic has been doing Epic is going to come unglued. It's going to be Epic unglued on Friday night, man, because he's got a bunch of stuff he's been going through on that. So, what happened to Justa? He popped in and popped out. He just came over to make an appearance, and then he's gone. It's too early, too, huh? It's like 6 here, and it's, what, 8 o'clock where you guys are? Kinger? I don't know. So John was getting something going on with his sound system. So he was going to get a sound check going, and I'm not sure if he's going to come on or not. Let me check with him and see. So I sent him a message, and you can see the sun is coming in. Yeah, so there's gonna be some good rocking on Friday night, man, over on Revolution Radio. My name is Jimmy. It's into the Microcosm YouTube channel. We're just popping in, and all right, well, John says he's going to pop in, so I don't know what that means. when is John going to pop in? That is the question. Whether or not it's going to be soon enough, that, my friend, I do not know. Because I am definitely hungry, and it is dinner time around here. So, anyways, King, yeah, so Friday night, we'll see. And there's some really good shows over on Revolution Radio. I've been listening in for 2 weeks. Pretty solid. And there's some good radio hosts over there. And, I feel humbled to be involved over there, and hopefully I can, hopefully we can make some shows happen over there, get it going. And that will be fun, man, for sure. Let me see here. Why don't I do this? Let me see. I'm not even, you know what? It might be quicker if I do this. Let me just back this thing up here. My name's Jimmy. It's Into the Microcosm. I'm stalling while I scroll. Anyways, I'm scrolling back because I got some audio that I put together about the show that we're going to be doing. And there's something that's called the an organic computer net. And here you go. This is it right here. Let's go. Let's check this out. Let me know what you think, Kinger.
Question is not when we gonna stop, but who's gonna stop them.
Well, outside my window, there's a whole lot of trouble coming. The cotton killers and the rank of the clones.
My name's Jimmy. Welcome to the Revolution. Revolution Radio. Into the Microcosm is on the air.
Is to experience this feeling of being part of a whole. It's also a great place to observe how people that are lawyers, physicians, scientists, professors, teachers, they have a very circumscribed life, a very well-behaved life in a soccer stadium. This is all released. I created this metaphor and this operational definition of an organic computer. Organic computer is basically multiple brains that get synchronized in nature by whatever signal, visual, tactile, auditory, that makes them operate as a whole. And when you're in a stadium seeing the same match, the fans there, they all synchronize. So I think we found what is going on, what happens when multiple individuals are recruited to be part of a structure. I'm calling this an organic computer because it's a synchronized device that is computing in a domain, analog, that digital computers cannot get there. Or a school of fish. The first time that John Chapin and I recorded 26 neurons simultaneously recording a rat brain, first thing we thought was, this is going to change everything. And nobody knew, but we knew. We were the first ones to see those 26 neurons firing together. And it may sound little, but for us, that was the universe. That was the thing that changed our lives. And that's when we came up with the idea of brain-machine interfaces, of linking brains to devices. When you let the animals use only one neuron to control a complex device, nothing happened. But when you get a population of cells working together, they were able to use just the brain activity to control devices. Technology in monkeys showing that monkeys can learn to drive wheelchairs in an open space in our lab. Technology in mental monkeys showing that monkeys can learn to drive wheelchairs.
I don't know why it was buffering. Have no idea. My processor seems to be working really super hard for some reason. Now I'm down to 13 frames per second. Hold on. See if I can get back up to something. Get this back now. It's back to 30 frames. So it doesn't like the lighting right now. That's what it is. Because it's my processor is working really hard to be able to, for the camera to be able to see in this kind of light. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna bone out then. So I tried, I came, we saw, we're listening. Now it's all about Friday night, man, and getting busy. We didn't wag the dog too much tonight. Yeah, I played the wrong one. I was trying to play the original one, which was the one with the Skid Row. But anyways, that because of that, anyways, there's a documentary about this this idea of the net of the minds of all the human beings on Earth, and organically stimulating these minds. They're just like what they're talking about in this soccer game. It's really interesting, King.